Travis Kelce, I don't understand why you're so upset over this. I would love for you to explain this to me. You wanted to discuss this. You also did a video on this for the Sports Geek. Travis Kelce signed a 3-year, $57 million deal. It was later clarified, though, that this contract is really not the contract that everybody thinks that it is. Yeah. He has a bunch of bonuses that makes it a $12 million contract in 2026. And that $57 million number for 3 years is essentially so that the Chiefs can keep dibs on him, so they can keep him in 2027 if he decides to keep playing, which I can't imagine that he will. I can't imagine that they will. I just would like to know, though, why. Where do you even stand on this that you're so opinionated about?
I'm just over it. I'm kind of over I'm over it. I'm over Travis Kelce. I'm over seeing people yell at me about his efficiency and how he was a top 5 tight end last year. He wasn't. I don't care about the receiving yards. I don't care about the receptions. He wasn't the best tight end last year because I thought he hurt his team more than he helped them in big moments. I thought he hurt his team in the pass and run blocking game. He is out there doing what he wants to do. And if he's earned that right, in your opinion, fine. But that's not how a football team works. You can't just pass the ball to James Harden and say, go give us 40. I'll stand in the corner in football. It's a different sport. It's every player on offense has to do their job. And I watched a lot of the Chiefs last year. And a lot of the time, this guy either wouldn't do his job or couldn't do his job. Additionally, Patrick Mahomes coming back off of big-time leg surgery. And the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce connection that we all remember, right? Like, let's think of the glory days. Patrick Mahomes steps back, pump fake, Tyreek. Oh, he's covered. No, I can't get to him. All right, play breaks down. I got to scramble. Who's that? Who's that big man darting across the middle of the field, getting open? Oh, it's Kelce. Oh, my gosh, the magic is there. He can't do that anymore. He doesn't do that anymore. And Mahomes, with the leg injury, I am expecting to not go out of the pocket as much and extend plays with as much cavalier attitude as he typically has. Plus, the Chiefs are getting younger. They made a huge move with Kenneth Walker. I'm expecting them to have a much more balanced offense with a good run game. So are we putting are we putting Travis Kelce on the outside and expecting him to make a big-time reach block for Kenneth? I can't do that in good faith. So what am I sending 87 out there for if it's not just because he wants to be there? And he's earned the right. And I'm not going to say he hasn't because he's a Hall of Famer. But good God, I just see this as an impairment to a team that is making a lot of moves right now to usher in Dynasty 2. And Dynasty 1, some of the guys got to leave. Like Chris Jones will not be there for Dynasty 2. Tyreek Hill is not there for Dynasty 2. Travis Kelce, he needs to be gone for Dynasty 2.
You got to pay the bills somehow. Well, but I'm
for kind of Travis or the Chiefs.
For the Chiefs, I think that for the fact that he's going to be making $12 million this upcoming year, I would imagine at his age and his declining athleticism that he's probably not going to play in 2027. Hence the whole multi-year contract thing. It's a moot point. $12 million is way low on the spectrum of what the top tight ends are currently getting in the NFL. It's the equivalent of him being paid as like a high-end second tight end in my eyes. I don't think that his contract reflects that he's getting some gigantic deal out of respect for what he's done in his career. I think this is like,
it's not even about, it's not the money for me. It's the on-field performance.
But there are obvious positives that come from keeping him around, which is the national, international popularity that the Chiefs have for him being on the roster if he's still with Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Let's call it what it is. He provides very little value. I would imagine they're probably strongly considering taking a tight end this year. Probably even considering at the 9th overall pick, taking Kenyon Sadiq, who would be a perfect pick for them out of Oregon.
That'd be nice. Strong and fast.
I feel like there's very little expectation that he's going to do very much for this team this year. And I think that most people understand that and recognize that. He's at the end of his career. I mean, like when Jason Witten was around on the Cowboys for as long as he was, did anyone ever think man, this is real messed up that he's sticking around, and then he also tried to come back and all that crap. Like, that was anyone like really bothered? He could barely move.
No, Jason Witten could still block, and he could still run a 5 and in and a 10 and in. All right. Travis Kelce,
he's never been able to block.
Travis Kelce made his bones by being able to be a mid to deep level guy and a yak guy. Yak more than anything. It used to be you get the ball to Travis 10 yards out, and then he turns up field and he makes magic happen. And it was magical, and he was a force on the field. No yak, no production in my eyes for what his play has. And I haven't seen him change it. I haven't seen him adapt and say, let me bulk up. Let me bulk up so I can box out a hybrid linebacker safety that's going to be on me now. Used to be nobody that could cover him. Now I think there's a lot of linebackers that can cover him. And I would ask, free agent right now sitting there, do you think the Chiefs are in a better spot with David Njoku at tight end or Travis Kelce this year? Because Njoku's just sitting there.
I'm curious to see what the Chiefs cap situation is with how much money that they have. They've got $6 million, so they're probably not going to be able to afford to bring him back.
Probably could have used
but okay, but here's the thing that you're kind of making out Travis to be like a complete and utter bum. Like, he hasn't done anything. He had 900 yards in 2023, 823 yards in 2024, 851 in 2025. His production was way too high because they didn't have anybody else. This to me has nothing to do with Travis Kelce's not the problem. I don't disagree with you. I'm kind of sick of watching him. And I think that he was a liability at times for how inconsistent he was for just straight up catching the ball.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of times where the ball was thrown his way and he just wasn't coming out with it. And then they'd show his big dumb face and he'd be making, like a very quizzical look like, oh, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
They need to get more receivers. They need to get better receivers. They need to get more impactful, consistent, reliable receivers. The problem isn't Kelce. It's the roster construction. It's the current team.
Well, they brought back Tyquan Thornton. That's a help. I know. You're right about why he had inflated numbers last year is because they had nobody to throw to. And you know what this goes back to? I'm sorry. You know what? It goes back to the root of every time. I just needed to talk this out. I needed somebody I could talk this out with. It's Collinsworth. It's the Collinsworth effect. I can't do another year. That guy talking about Kelce. I just can't. I can do it with him talking about Mahomes because I acknowledge the greatness of Mahomes. I acknowledge the second coming of Mahomes. I acknowledge it. And it's something that I can deal with. Kelce slobbering on top of Mahomes slobbering makes games totally it goes past unwatchable to I don't enjoy this product. I can't enjoy this product. And that has bled in to my off-season analysis, evidently, where now I'm rooting against a guy who used to be a total force, someone I could root for and say, man, he just bossed up on the whole league. I would sit there and be like, man, maybe he's corny sometimes. Maybe he's cool sometimes. I don't know. But he just made a play that nobody else could make. He's not doing that anymore. So now I'm just looking at Travis Kelce. And that I'm over it. I'm done.